everyone, Lisa here again with Elite Leadership and Wellness Solutions. And today we have the manager back again.
Hello everyone, how's it going? So, shall we tell them the topic? Or shall I?
You can go ahead.
Alright guys, well you know what, today we're going to talk about something different. As you guys are well aware, and remember when I say guys, it's gender neutral, male, female. We're going to discuss Tylenol and autism. And as you guys are aware, Donald Trump recently put out a story saying, what did he say? He said Tylenol causes autism?
What he said, there's one study that came out was saying women who are pregnant taking Tylenol increases the risk of getting autism for the developing baby.
But now, okay, but what is he basing that? I know you said study, but what is he basing that on? Like, is he trying to say that the Tylenol causes genetic damage? Or like, what is he?
There's one study showing that there could be increased risk of a pregnant woman taking Tylenol for the fetus. But just because, but the study also said there's no evidence proving that. So the study is also not very clear. It's not showing any causation, which means like this caused that. So it's not clear. And so the medical community and nursing community is just worldwide. The evidence still shows that it's safe. There was a study in Sweden that looked at like 2 million children, and there was no connection between Tylenol and autism and pregnant women.
Now, because your background is also you've had training as a registered nurse.
Yes.
So I'm still trying to wrap my head around this Tylenol and autism, but they don't know what causes autism. But I think you said
no. There's other things that they don't know definitively, but like could be different chemicals, pollutions, and things like that. Because autism was first diagnosed in 1911, and Tylenol wasn't brought in or invented until like the 1950s. So, and bottom line is also one study. Like you can't just go by one study, and so that's why all the different countries are saying no. The evidence still shows that it's safe. And now they're going with one study, and just politicians shouldn't be making health claims anyway. That's the whole, yeah.
this also can tie into the fact that maybe some of the people in the audience have children that have autism, and I believe if you have a child that's autistic, don't they? Is it they act out or?
Well, yeah, it's a spectrum. Some of the autism could have a full-time job and they're fine, but sometimes some of them are nonverbal. So huge spectrum, and my heart goes out to the parent. It's really tough. It's challenging, having a child that has autism. But all I can say, if you're pregnant, you're concerned, talk to a licensed health professional and discuss your concerns. Don't get information from like TikTok or like even the news media. Like that's not health professionals. Like, so go to someone you trust.
So do you think, and this is not medical advice whatsoever, but if someone watching the audience is a child that has autism, and the child, let's say, is acting out, and this person still has to work, 9 to 5 every day, what can they do in order to keep their minds focused, meaning the worker, keep his or her mind focused, and also not allow the fact that the autistic child is like distracting them from getting rest, at home?
Yeah, but also because I'm not an expert in this area of autism, but I believe like in Canada, certain provinces, if your child first they have to get the official diagnosis, and I believe you have access to fundings. There's a lot of different programs which will help the mental health of the parents.
Okay.
And so there's supports there. So bottom line, go to a doctor. You need to get a diagnosis and be set up. Like I'm sure there's a autistic association, societies. You need to reach out to resources in your community, and then that will help with your stress as well.
So I guess I was going to say in closing, but I guess we can say, let's say in Finland and Helsinki, and if an autistic child, if they go to the doctor should have information about
support.
Services.
Yeah, like I don't know how you get a diagnosis. Maybe you have to see a specialist, but yeah, definitely. The first point is go to your doctor, and they can let you know the steps and where to go and get the support for your child or for your youth team. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So I guess in closing, we could say bottom line, even though Mr. Trump made this statement about Tylenol and autism, there's no definitive scientific proof that this is correct. No disrespect to the gentleman.
No, because European Union and the World Health Organization is still saying the evidence still shows it's safe, and so you can't just go off one study. How it works is you look at research of years, which this one study did in Sweden. It was like 20 years. They look at 2 million children, so the science still shows that it's safe. And again, you take medication as directed. Always speak to a health professional about your health.
You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that study in Sweden. So if for 20 years they've done this, and I guess essentially they didn't state that there's a connection with Tylenol autism. So
correct. That's a huge number compared to this study. I think it was 100,000 participants. That's small, and that's why the general medical community is like, no. Sorry, medical community is saying no. It's still safe. But yeah.
So guys, bottom line here sounds like don't get your news from the media. Do your own due diligence, your own research. Talk to your, as Lisa said, your own licensed medical professional, and then based upon what they state, kind of go from there.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to go to TikTok. You don't want to go online, all these online forums, because people are just sharing their own personal information, and they're not a health professional, and yeah.
Yeah, so. This ties in quickly to a video I think you put out or will put out, where you pointed out the fact that people are taping their mouths shut while sleeping.
Yeah, there's a lot of different health trends online right now, and yeah, you can actually, that video will be posted soon. But yeah, you don't want to tape your mouth shut when you sleep.
Yeah, you don't want to tape your mouth shut, guys, while you're asleep, because
or if you're choking or something happens, you can't. Yeah,
that you may not wake up.
Yeah.
So, okay.
All right. Thanks for watching. If you find this interesting, comment below. Subscribe to the channel. Information is also below if you want to book a session with me. You're struggling. But yeah, be well, and we'll see you in the next video.